My name is Eli.
My name's Jason.
My name's Caden.
My name's Jaden.
And we're the YHWH Torah YouTube channel.
And it is a Shabbat, and we know that your time is precious. We know that especially the time on the Sabbath is precious. So if you are spending this time with us on the Sabbath, then I guess you can pull up a chair and you can consider that you are family with us, as so many of you guys are family out there. We have found and we appreciate so many of you guys out there. We have a lot of friends out there, and you know, we've come from another YouTube channel where we are, it's more of stopping state-sponsored terrorism and conspiracies and things of that nature. Just a kind of a totally different channel, and we have gained so many enemies and so many enemies of Yah that it is refreshing having family and having people that love Yah and having people that care about Him and His ways. And we are actually going through the laws, statutes, and commands. We don't actually know how many laws, statutes, and commands there are. We know the Jews say there are 613, but that actual number comes from the Talmud, and the Talmud is a very evil thing. It consists of at least 25 books. It is called their oral Torah. It comes out of not just Mystery Babylon. It comes out, or not out of Babylon, but it comes out of the times after Moshe, when there were various rabbis and various different things. And it's very, very clear when you read the Bible that we are not supposed to add to or take away from the word of Yah. And so when we bring a whole bunch of what they call the oral Torah in, that is not part of it, they tell us a whole bunch of other things, and we end up with problems. Like today is a Sabbath, and the Jews say there's over 1,200, 1,300 commands just for the Sabbath alone. But when you read the Torah, when you read the Bible, it doesn't have anything like that. The main commands that we have for a Sabbath are what, Jade?
Do not cook, do not buy and sell, do not work, do not start fires, stuff of that sort.
What would the bottom line be?
Rest,
yes. And so we are supposed to rest in our Creator. And what does that mean that we are? See, for us and our family, this is the way I look at it. Number one is we are out in the middle of a jungle. There's nobody around us. Even if we had somebody to tabernacle with, we don't. And I don't necessarily know as if I would get in my car, turn my car on, drive to a place, spend a couple hours there, then drive home. That honestly does not feel like rest to me. And I know there's so many of you out there who are, you're bent upon having people all around you. And I guess for us, I'm extremely blessed because all my people around me are my tribe. And we are all hardcore Torah keeping, Yah loving, YHWH cheering people, right? And so this is my tribe. And so for those who are sitting around our digital table here, you guys are our family. And there's so many of you guys. I can't thank you guys enough for the support and the love that you guys have out there for us. And so we hope that same love and that same support follows through into the love and support we have for our commander-in-chief. And our commander-in-chief is who? Eli?
YHWH.
YHWH, that is the son of the commander-in-chief. The commander-in-chief is who, Jade?
YHWH.
Yes. And so a lot of people will say that YHWH is their commander-in-chief, and he will be a commander-in-chief in the kingdom to come. And it is by his examples that we should absolutely be living as he lived. But the king of everything is Yah, and everyone calls him God. The Son of the Most High is YHWH, not Jesus the Christ. There were no J's in Hebrew. And so our king, who is coming to Mount Zion, is YHWH. And he will be leading us, and he will be our complete commander on this realm. And so that is what we want to look for. We want to look for the law, statutes, and commands. And so we are in Genesis 32, and we're 32 chapters in, and we only have a total of 14 commandments. And I'm not going to go over these again because we'll go over them every once in a little while here, but we have yet to find commandments. And so here we are, and let us begin. Genesis 32. Oh, before we do this, let's do a quick breakdown of where are we at. Who can give us the most complete breakdown from the days of Adam to where we are right now, the genealogy, where are we at? Because it's right here, it's talking, we're in the days of Yaakov.
All right, so we started out in the beginning of creation. Adam and Eve were created. He created the entire garden of Eden. They sinned. They ate the tree when the devil deceived them, and they were kicked out. They had Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel. Then we had Seth. We had his holy generation. We had all his people. We went down to the Nephilim, where the Nephilim mated with all the women of the earth, and the flood was sent, and Noah was saved. We had Noah's generation, and from Shem's generation, we had Abraham, we have Yitzhak, and now we're on to Yaakov.
Yaakov, and these are the people. There were a lot of people say there was no Torah up until the days of Moshe. Is this true or not?
I do not believe so because they did not eat unclean animals.
They knew
So you don't
sacrifices.
believe what?
They knew sacrifices.
I don't believe there was a Torah. There was a Torah. They knew the laws. They knew what to do. They had a 7th-day rest.
What is the law exactly? What does that mean?
The law is like the Torah. Is what we would call Torah.
Is it really the law?
No, it's the way forward.
It's the way forward. And so if we don't want to keep the law, then what?
Then I get you sin, you break laws, and you get punished for breaking those rules and laws.
So there's either two ways. There's two ways to anywhere, right? The right way and the wrong way. The right way forward is what we believe is the Torah, which is the laws, statutes, and commands. And so the wrong way forward, I believe, is living as the world lives. And if we live as the world lives, then we will taste like the world, we will smell like the world, we will look just like the world. And if you go out and you hang out with your buddies and you look exactly like the world, and they know when Jaden goes out or Caden goes out, then they hit that party, that they are the high life of the party because they know that there'll be vulgarity, the jokes will be with you, you guys will do whatever it is. That's tasting like the world, smelling like the world, looking like the world. But here's the thing, is if you're in the world, you can be the cool kid. You guys can be super cool, right? That's what it makes to be worldly. If you keep your clothes on in this world, you are different than the world, because this entire world, that's even from bare youth, they want your clothes off. They completely do. If you look in Disney movies and things like that, and we've seen all these ones, there's nudity, there's perversion, there's evil in that, and we've been programming our kids ever since the very beginning. So being modest and keeping your clothes on, right, that is a huge quality that people have, right? Especially in this world. And it's unfortunate that we're in a world where the peer pressure has people that want to, basically they have you living outside of our Creator, and they will have you doing evil things. And once you become promiscuous, once you become part of the world, it is extremely hard to undo it, because that's what the world is. The world is a good place, right? The world is a fun place to live. I mean, just look at Vegas, look at the United States, look at Babylon. Anywhere in Babylon, it's a good place to go, right? You can walk out, you can go to any kind of Walmart, you can buy what you want, you can do what you want. There's unlimited women, there's unlimited everything. Drugs are in the pharmacia of North America is incredible. You can have all of that. But when you are in that, you smell like the world, taste like the world, feel like the world, and you are the world, and you are not how our Creator says to go. Okay, so here we are. Genesis 32:1. And Yaakov went on his way, and the angels of Elohim met him. And when Yaakov saw them, he said, "This is Elohim's host." And he called the name of that place Mechanium. And Yaakov sent messengers before him to Esau, his brother, unto the land of Seir, the country of Edom. And he commanded them, saying, "Thus shall ye speak unto my Adonai Esau. Your servant Yaakov says thus, I have sojourned with Lavan, and stayed there until now. And I have oxen, and asses, flocks, and men servants, and women servants. And I have sent to tell my Adonai, that I may find grace in your sight." And the messengers returned to El Yaakov, saying, "We came to your brother Esau, and also he comes to meet you, and 400 men with him." Then Yaakov was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided the people that was with him, and the flocks, and the herds, and the camels, into 2 bands, and said, "If Esau come to the one company and smite it, then the other company which is left shall escape." Okay, so here we go. Why is he scared to death that his brother's coming to slay him?
Because he stole his brother's blessing. He did some trickery thing with his mother, and now he's scared for his life.
Should he rightly be scared for his life?
I mean,
say yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Esau's a killer.
Yeah.
Esau's a scary dude. I mean, he ripped him off of his birthright for a pot of soup, and then
So if you are able, here's my thinking. If you are able to slay an animal and cut an animal up, you could probably easily do that to a human. Like, it's not going to be, there's really no difference other than...
the only thing holding you back is the law, basically.
Yeah, the law. The law is the only thing holding you back. But I could tell us from, I mean, honestly, from cutting up cows and things of this nature, it wouldn't be any different cutting up anything else. You can skin anything. Birds, we've killed birds. We've skinned the birds for dogs. Once you're able to deal with the gore, it doesn't mean anything. It's all the same. It's just stuff. So yeah, Esau is a killer. Esau is the dude you did not want hunting you. That was the last dude in the world you wanted hunting you. All right.
And he killed Nimrod. So.
Yeah, he killed Nimrod.
He killed like the strongest dude on the planet. I mean, he's gotta be
the baddest dude who ever walked the planet, and Esau whacked him. Okay, where are we at, gentlemen?
3, I believe. No.
7.
Oh.
Then Yaakov was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided the people. This is not where we're at. And he divided the people that was with him, and the flocks, and the herds, and the camels into 2 bands, and said, if Esau come to the one company and smite it, so we're actually on 9, smite it, then the other company which is left shall escape. Please pay attention, everyone. And Yaakov said, O Elohai of my father Abram, and Elohai of my father Yitzchak, Yahuwah, which said unto me, return unto your country and to your kindred, then I will deal well with you. I am not worthy of the least of all the mercies and of all the truth which you have showed unto your servant. For with my staff I passed over this Yarden, and now I am become 2 bands. Deliver me, I pray you, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, lest he will come and smite me and the mother with the children. Okay, we're on verse 12. Everyone remember that? We good? Nicole? We good? Okay, here we are. Why does he think right here? First of all, is this faith or what? That he divided everybody up? Do you think Yah told him to divide up the band?
No, he wanted, it's like...
We wanted survivors.
And was Esau coming with love, or was he coming to kill him?
Well, he didn't. We don't know at this point. We don't
know at this point, but we know because we've read the extracurricular books.
He came. He should I spoil it?
Yeah, spoil it.
Yeah, he was coming with love. He wasn't coming to kill him.
No, he's coming to kill him.
Esau? Angel stopped him.
Yeah, Angel stopped him. Yeah, he was coming to smite his brother. The 400
It wasn't over. His anger wasn't over.
He was coming to kill him.
After 20-something years, he was not done.
Time to read Jasherkin, son.
Yeah.
So absolutely, he was coming to smote this dude. And so the 400 people that were coming to kill him, he was going to kill him. And he was going to take his revenge on this. And Yah came and stopped him at this point. And so everything you're seeing at this point is the hand of Yah that has stopped all of this.
Man's an angry dude after 20 years.
Well, there's
more than that.
Huh? It's been 20-something years.
Laban,
yeah, but he was only 20 years, but I think years traveling back to that land had to be...
So at least 21 years.
I think so.
It's been a while.
Because he did 7 for his first wife, 7 for the next, and then he spent 7 years with Lavan, right?
But
6? So, yeah, we're close there. So 20-something. Okay. Deliver me from the hand of my brother, from Esau, and verse 12. And you said, I will surely do you good, and make your seed as the sand of the sea. And he's making Yah remember his oath, which cannot be numbered for multitude. And he lodged there that same night, and took of that which came to his hand a present for Esau his brother, 200 she-goats and 20 he-goats, 200 ewes and 20 rams, 30 milch camels with their colts, 40 kine and 10 bulls, 20 she-asses and 10 foals. And he delivered them into the hand of his servants, every drove by themselves, and said unto his servants, pass over before me, and put a space betwixt drove and drove. And he commanded the foremost, saying, when Esau my brother meets you and asks you, saying, whose are you, and where go you, and whose are these before you? Then you shall say, they be your servant Yaakov's. It is a present sent unto my Adonai Esau, and behold, also he is behind us. And so commanded he the second and the third, and all that followed the drove, saying, on this manner shall ye speak unto Esau when ye find him. And say ye moreover, behold, your servant Yaakov is behind us. For he said, I will appease him with the present that goes before me, and afterward I will see his face. Perchance he will accept of me. So he's thinking that he's going to make peace with him. Yahuwah has already scared the living jeepers out of, I guess jeepers is the wrong word. I shouldn't say that. It's actually like some sort of thing. He scared the bejeebies. I don't even know if that's the right word.
Daylights.
Yeah, he scared the living daylights out of Esau. So Esau wasn't about to smote Yaakov at this point, because Yah had already dealt with him like the night before. It rose up. 21. Thank you, Nicole. And so went the present over before him, and himself lodged that night in the company. And he rose up that night and took his 2 women and his 2 women servants and his 11 sons, and passed over the ford Yaakov. It's interesting. He says he didn't say it's his 4 wives. He just says his 2 wives and his 2 women servants. So it's like he didn't even count them as his wives. They're servants. And he said, and he took them and sent them over the brook and sent them over that he had. And Yaakov was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Yaakov's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him. And he said, let me go, for the day breaks. And he said, I will not let you go, except you bless me. And he said unto him, what is your name? And he said, Yaakov. And he said, your name shall be called no more Yaakov, but Yasharel. For as a prince have you power with Elohim and with men, and have prevailed. All right, so here, let's break this down real quick. So this guy's fighting against who?
An angel, like a messenger.
Do you think this guy was toying with him, perhaps?
Probably.
The man saw this angel decide he was going to wrestle an angel. That's a little crazy.
I think this dude was just screwing around with him. I don't think he was. I mean,
You
the only things that can deal with the powers of darkness are like the messengers of Yah.
I mean, he touched his like hip and dislocated it. He just barely touched him and was like,
Yeah, so he's like messing with him. Like, so he was sitting there doing, like
wasn't no leg lock.
8 hours of battle, and he's just wearing him down, seeing how much he had.
It's like that older brother pushing the little kid's head as he's coming at him.
Yeah, it's an interesting talking of what they did. And so, verse 28, and he said, 29, thanks, Nicole. And Yaakov asked him and said, tell me, I pray you, your name. And he said, wherefore is it that you do ask after my name? And he blessed him there. And Yaakov called the name of the place Peniel, for I have seen Elohim face to face, and my life is preserved. So did he see Elohim face to face?
I don't know, because I mean, those who see Elohim's face are like supposed to die. So I think this was more of like a messenger, because they were little Elohims, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is it has uppercase Elohim on this one, but I think it is a mighty one, right? And so he fought against a mighty one and lived. And I mean, even if it is the messenger of Elohim, the messenger of Elohim is the face of Elohim. I mean, you're not having him there without Yah's blessing on the whole thing. Okay, and Yaakov called the name of the place Peniel. Okay, and he passed 31, and he passed over Peniel. The sun rose upon him, and he halted upon his thigh. Therefore the children of Yashrael eat not of the sinew which shrank, which is upon the hollow of the thigh unto this day, because he touched the hollow of Yaakov's thigh in the sinew that shrank. All right, that's the end of that. But this is where people will take a command out of this right here. And people will, do you guys know what the sinew is?
It's like a muscle, right?
It's like the
cartilage,
tendon, cartilage, something of the sort. So is this a command right here?
I don't think so. I think it's more like a respect thing.
It's a respect thing? Like what?
Like a tradition almost.
It is a tradition, right? But there's no command here, right? And so these are one of these things that because things happen to a certain tribe and they did it, people carry on traditions. It says because they don't eat the sinew to this day. They also do other things as well. What's going on with Ruth and with you guys understand?
I mean Esther?
Esther. So Esther has what?
What's it called?
Purim. And so everybody, and I think that came and went for the Jewish people. And it's literally a tradition of Jewish stuff. It doesn't say that we're supposed to keep Purim. It wasn't technically, it was the people of Yisrael that were saved. But it was a tradition that was carried.
Y'all never gave a command. Esther kind of went off, and after she saved all the people of Yisrael from being slaughtered at Haman's hand, she went off and made her own holiday, saying, here's the day off for everyone.
Yeah, and if you guys hear the popping and whistling and things of the nature, we have a tin roof that literally it's just a piece of, our roofs down here in South America are a piece of tin. And so all day long and all night long, this thing pops and whizzes. Somebody said it the other day that it sounded like rain. And it's actually not rain. It's just our ceiling talking to us. So Purim, is it? Is this bad when people keep Purim? Is it bad when you don't do this? Is this contrary to the Torah?
We've never had it specifically say don't keep Purim. The Yisraelites kept Purim, but I don't know. It could have pagan roots because they were not in Yisrael when they made this. They were off doing something. They could have a whole bunch of pagan traditions built into it that we don't know about. I would say better safe than sorry.
It is probably better safe than sorry. Better keep the laws, statutes, and commands that Yah has given us to keep, and He has given us all those. All right, 33. Anyone have any commands? Anything else for this?
No.
Nicole? Anything? Okay. And Yaakov lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau came, and with him 400 men. And he divided the children unto Leah and Rachel, and unto the 2 handmaids. And he put the handmaids and their children foremost, die first, and Leah and her children after, and Rachel and Joseph hindermost. So he put them in the order of which he would want them.
Who do I love the most?
Yeah, and that's exactly
that's
how
he
it
did.
went.
He goes, all right, Joseph and Rachel, because he loved Rachel the most. He loved Joseph the most. He put them in the very back. Put Rachel right in front of them. The 2 handmaids, I don't know how which order that went. I probably assume Zilpah goes first because he probably loved Bilhah more. It came from Rachel's side. So.
Yep. Okay, and he passed over before them and bowed himself to the ground 7 times until he came near to his brother. I wonder what that 7's all about. And Esau, yeah, 7 times. It's interesting they say 7 times. They give us the thing. And why didn't he just bow to the ground? I mean, so 7 times. There's something there.
I mean, he said he didn't approach him yet, so he's probably just showing him. He's like, I'm on the ground. I'm on the ground. I'm on the ground.
This has been very weird. This is pretty weird, especially where Esau days before was totally planning on killing them. So Yah scared him. And Esau ran to meet him, embraced him, and fell on his neck, and kissed him, and they wept. And he lifted up his eyes and saw the woman and the children, and said, Whose are those with you? And he said, The children which Elohim has graciously given your servant. Then the handmaidens came near, they and their children, and they bowed themselves. And Leah also with her children came near and bowed themselves, and after came Joseph near and Rachel. And they bowed themselves. And he said, What do you mean by all this drove which I met? And he said, These are to find grace in the sight of my Adonai. And Esau said, I have enough, my brother. Keep that you have unto yourself. And Yaakov said, Nay, I pray you, if now I have found grace in your sight, then receive my present at hand. For therefore I have seen your face, as though I have seen the face of Elohim, and you were pleased with me. Now when Esau says he has enough, did he gather this himself?
Nah, he probably took.
You remember where he got all this stuff, right? He
went and fought all these kings, right?
Well, no, where did Esau get this stuff, right? Remember his dad and his mom? Remember who takes care of them in the later days and who doesn't? Esau ran off with all their stuff. You guys remember that?
I don't remember that story.
Esau ran off all their stuff. Yeah, so he says when I have enough, it's his dad's stuff. It's not even his stuff.
Oh yeah, he robbed the parents.
He robbed
Yeah,
the
your
house.
parents. He took all his droves of cattle.
Oh yeah,
and all
because
this stuff.
he didn't get the blessings. He's like, I'll take all their stuff.
Yeah, he took all their stuff, and then
His own blessings, I guess.
But then so yeah, I have enough. Well, that's his dad's stuff. So anyway, where are we at? Anyone? 12. And he said, Let us take our journey, and let us go, and I will go before you. And he said unto them, My Adonai knows that the children are tender, and the flocks and herds with young are with me. And if men should overdrive them one day, all the flock will die. Let my Adonai, I pray you, pass over before his servant, and I will lead on softly, according as the cattle that goes before me, and the children be able to endure, until I come unto El Adonai, unto Seir. And Esau said, Let me now leave you with some of the folk that are with me. And he said, What needs it? Let me find grace in the sight of my Adonai. So Esau returned that day on his way into Seir. And Yaakov journeyed to Succoth. How do they say that?
Why is it Succoth?
Yours doesn't say Succoth?
It says Succoth. Sukkot.
This one's Cukkoth. Booths. So they journeyed to Succoth, and built him a house, and made Succoth for his cattle. Therefore the name of the place is called Succoth. And Yaakov came to Shalom, a city of Shechem, which is the land of Canaan, when he came from Padam Aram, and pitched his tent before the city. And he bought a parcel of field where he had spread his tent at the hand of the children of Chamor, Shechem's father, for 100 pieces of money. And he erected there an altar, and called it Elohai Yasharael. And what is that, folks? Elohai Yashrael? The mighty El of Yashrael.
Yeah.
Okay. Any commands? Anyone?
No.
Okay. 34. All right, here we go. 34, a little bit of dirt. And so people that are like, this is boring. This is the most disturbing book you will ever read. It's far worse than any movie you'll ever find because it's all true. And it goes to show you that the people of Yah, we have some issues, right? There's some definite issues. And I'll first and foremost, there's issues everywhere. Every family that is out there has some issues where at some level you think to yourself, man, are we really children of the Most High when we act like this and do things like this? And I say that about myself all the time. So I will be the first to point 4 fingers back at myself every time I'm pointing at you guys. And when Dinah, the daughter of Leah, first one, which she bore unto Yaakov, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Chamor, the Shivi, prince of the county, saw her, he took her and lay with her and defiled her. Gentlemen, how old was Dinah? 12 years old. And his soul clave unto Dinah, the daughter of Yaakov, and he loved the damsel and spoke kindly unto the damsel. First and foremost, how did this young girl get in the hands of this dude?
I don't know.
You guys
Where was
remember
the
this?
mother? Yeah, the mother took him out like to like some sort of like
Party. It was like some party. The women
it was like
were all
some sort
there.
of festival or something they had, and Leia decided to. I don't know why she didn't like take someone with her, or why she even left.
Anyway, yeah. So I mean, they were at a like an all girls party or something. They were all dancing, and this
Psychopath.
Shechem,
the Prince of Land, wasn't he? He's like son of
he's
the
a
king.
prince of
he
the king.
was his son. So he basically the spoiled, rotten son of the king, right?
Well,
Here you go. And his soul clave unto Dinah, the daughter of Yaakov, and he loved the damsel, spoke kindly unto the damsel. And Shechem spoke unto his father Hamor, saying, Get me this damsel to be my woman, this 12-year-old. And Yaakov heard that he had defiled Dinah and his daughter. Now his sons were with his cattle in the field, and Yaakov held his peace until they were come. This is probably one of the reasons Yah never gave me girls.
Yeah.
I'd end up in prison. I'd
Yeah.
definitely end up in prison.
I have
Yeah,
kids.
You guys think that you guys are completely protected and you guys never see the real world. Imagine a female in this house. I would never let her leave. Never. She'd be doing MMA and jiu-jitsu and stuff by 3 years old. She'd be popping you into arm bars and rear naked choking you. Things of that nature. She would definitely be a tough one. Because I know the world. The world is a very strange place for women. You got to protect them.
also a side note, this chapter in Jasher, this story was way more in depth. You get a lot more detail, a lot more like
It's far more foul.
battle thing. Yeah, if you guys want to like know more about the story and everything.
Yeah, definitely Jasher. Jasher and Jubilees. Those two books will fill in the rest of the gory blanks of the rest of the stuff.
Stuff you didn't understand before, like what happened here. Like when it says Jacob kept his peace, he actually went looking for Dinah when she didn't come home, but Leah did, and Leah just kind of, I guess, left it as is. He went to Shechem's house and like basically saw everything and figured it out, and then just walked home and didn't say a word. He's like, all right, and just walked away.
How could? Yeah, no. These are the questions. These are questions. I guess at some point we're going to have to ask Yaakov. Say, hey, man,
Why didn't you go beat him up? And
why
take
didn't
a
you?
stick?
Why didn't you man up and deal with this thing right now?
I feel like that's a parental failure right there.
I should have pop knotted him in the head and like
Should-
walked off with his daughter, right?
Yeah, but I guess. Huh? Yeah. Well, I know. The guy needs his like parental advisor, his parental certificate gone. You know,
And
rip
your
that up.
parent card, sir.
Yeah, hand in your parent card. That's not good. So anyway, but it's
have
not over.
we have some good big brothers coming.
Yeah,
along.
we got some big brothers. Okay, and where are we? 6. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out into El Yaakov to commune with him. And the sons of Yaakov came out of the field wherein they heard it. And the men were grieved, and they were very wroth, because he had wrought folly in Yisrael, in line with Yaakov's daughter, which thing ought not to be done.
So the
What's
son-
it? Well, hold on. Go ahead. You say your first.
I was gonna say when it says the brothers were wroth, they all sat there and they drilled Yaakov. They all sat there like, why did you leave her? Why did you let this happen? They were
Absolutely.
angry. They were so mad with him.
So glad we don't have a sister.
Yeah, if we don't have a sister, I mean, it would be the same thing. It would just definitely be the same thing. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, okay, so what is the difference between Yaakov marrying a 10-year-old daughter, a 10-year-old girl, and this guy taking his 12-year-old girl?
This dude just took her. It wasn't even like organized. This dude just took her and ran off with her.
What else?
He was a Gentile.
Gentile. Yeah, this guy was not in covenant with Yah, and so all of a sudden their girl was in the hands of evil people. I mean, the Gentiles... most Gentiles don't know how evil being a Gentile is because we were grown up to it. I mean, we were Gentiles. A Gentile simply means that you are not in covenant with Yahuwah. And so all the proud Christians out there are like, yeah, we're the Gentiles, yeah. Well, the problem is there's no such thing as house of Gentile in the Bible. And so the Gentiles end up in hell. And so if you're a proud Gentile, you're on your way to hell. And that's unfortunate. And that's what we're trying to avoid by going over the law, statutes, and commands with everybody so that people know they're not too hard to keep. But where are we at? 8. And Hamor communed with them, saying, the soul of my son Shechem longs for your daughter. I pray, and it's just like they should have had this conversation way before this happened. I pray you will give him to be his woman, and make ye marriages with us, and give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto you, and ye shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade therein, and get you possessions therein. And Shechem said unto her father, and Shechem said unto her father, how's that her father?
Dinah's father.
Jacob.
Okay. Shechem said unto her father,
Shechem showed up too.
right, and unto her brethren, let me find grace in your eyes, and what ye shall say unto me I will give. Well, at this point, it's probably your life, son. I mean, that's, we would want your life.
Some felonies.
Yeah, you can't do that. Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye shall say unto me. But give me the damsel to be my woman.
Here in Holy Scripture said, ask of him a bride price, and it doesn't matter the price; he will give it whatever he wants. So
that is interesting. A bride price, huh? It's like,
brother,
did I give your dad a bride price? No, I guess Nicole says I didn't give him a bride price, but
No, he paid
she
me.
was well worth it.
No.
I would have given her anything for her. Okay, so here we go. There was one other thing here. So this is all after the fact,
Okay.
after the due, after they had already taken her into the house of Gentile. Okay, and they said unto him, because he is defiled. Where are we at? Why do I keep getting lost? Jeez. And the sons of Yaakov answered Shechem and Hamor, his father, deceitfully, and said, because he has defiled Dinah, their sister, and they said unto them, we cannot do this thing to give our sister to one that is uncircumcised, for that were a reproach unto us. But in this will we consent unto you, if ye will be as we be, that every male of you be circumcised. Then will we give our daughters unto you, and we will take your daughters to us, and we will dwell with you, and we will become one people. But if ye will not hearken unto us to be circumcised, then will we take our daughter, and we will be gone. And their words pleased Hamor and Shechem and Hamor's son. And the young man deferred not to do the thing, because he had delight in Yaakov's daughter, and he was more honorable than all the house of his father. Now, without getting too gory on what circumcision exactly is, this is something that is going to be completely foreign to a bunch of dudes out there that are uncircumcised. You're going to do what to me? Yeah, so break out the razor blades. It's going to be in a very, when you guys are old, it's a good thing that you guys are 8 days old when you're supposed to be circumcised, because this would probably be something you don't want to remember at all.
Y'all knew this was going to be something you should do when you're young.
Yeah, absolutely. And even then, it's...
You don't remember at that point.
Hopefully we don't remember. All right. Nicole, we're 20. Oh, I love this woman. And Hamor and Shechem, his son, came unto the gate of their city and communed with the men of their city, saying, these men are peaceable with us, therefore let them dwell in the land and trade therein. For the land, behold, it is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us for women, and let us give them our daughters. Only one thing we have to do, boys. Only herein, 22, will the men consent unto us for to dwell with us, to be one people. If every male among us be circumcised, as they are circumcised. What's that? Okay. Shall not their cattle and their substance, and every beast of theirs be ours? Only let us consent unto them, and they will dwell with us. So these guys are I mean, this is the prince of the land. They could care less about anything. But then they're like, okay, well, they have all this stuff, right? And the people of Yaakov, they're rich, right? Abraham was rich. He passed that on to Isaac, and then Isaac passed it on to Yaakov. And these people are like a giant nation. And so it would have been they would have all made money from this. Like this was, all of a sudden they would get women, money, and a bunch of other stuff. And that's the only reason I think a bunch of dudes would agree to something of this sort. All right. 24. And unto Hamor and unto Shechem his son hearken all that went out of the gate of his city, and every male was circumcised. All that went out of the gate of his city. And it came to pass on the third day, when they were sore, that two of the sons of Yaakov, Shimeon and Levi, Dinah's brethren, took each man his sword and came upon the city boldly and slew all the males. And they slew Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house and went out. Wow. That would have been quite the day, huh?
Dude, they killed
bloodbath.
like thousands of
There
people.
were thousands of men in there.
Yeah, they took
killed them all.
everyone.
They were there
Just
for,
two
How
people.
is this even possible?
They were there for a few
How
hours.
is this even possible? How is this not a story of fiction?
It has to be like a lot of like Yah's hand has to deal with it. Because I mean, thousands of people, two guys. Yah has to have them all.
We use
under,
swords.
like-
We use on some days we use swords daily, right? And we use machetes, right? And what happens to these machetes?
They get very dull.
And what happens at that point?
They're sharpened.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're going to be hacking on a person, it's not going to cut them, right?
Right there.
It's going to whack them. It's going to hurt, but it's not going to kill them. So somehow, Do they sit there and file their swords
They
the
got
entire
servants
time?
behind them with whetstones, handing them swords for every person.
Something had to be supernaturally charged that they were able to run through an entire city and kill them all.
Y'all
with no problem.
Y'all obviously didn't like these guys.
Yeah, it was obviously judgment. Definitely judgment. Okay, 26, I believe. 27. Thanks, Nicole. The sons of Yaakov came upon the slain and spoiled the city because they had defiled their sister.
Payback.
Yeah, they're going. They took their sheep and their oxen and their asses and that which was in the city and that which was in the field. And all their wealth and all their little ones and their women took they captive and spoiled even all that was in the house. And Yaakov said to Shimeon and Levi, Ye have troubled me to make me a stink among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanium and the Perizim, and I bring few in number. They shall gather themselves together against me and slay me, and I shall be destroyed, I and my house. And they said, Should he deal with our sister as with a harlot?
The brothers are so mad.
Yeah, so they came back, and Yaakov,
I'm gonna
he
die.
probably didn't know that they were taking off. There was only two of the brothers.
They just walked off early in the morning and
Hey
just
guys,
came
but
back
they
at
had this
sunset
plan.
with death.
This was completely planned, and so
They wait
the
till they all
question was: Did
messed up.
Yaakov, did he think that they were going to get circumcised and they were going to join all the families together?
I think so. I think he was cool.
He thought
with
that was
it.
a good idea?
I feel like he's kind of a, I don't know, and I don't want to
Beta.
like a beta male
Beta
because
male.
he's like he doesn't want war. He's afraid there's like
Afraid
a
of death.
pattern
He's
where
afraid of
they're
death.
all afraid to die.
Is
There's
he
like-
afraid of that? That can't be.
Well, he says here they're all gonna come kill me.
Well, it's not just that he's afraid of death. When you are a male and you're running a family, your outlook is not just for yourself anymore. It is for the outlook of everyone around you, right? So when these guys come and kill everybody, they're killing your wives, your kids, your grandkids, everyone around you. They're taking off with all your stuff. They're ravaging your house, right? So it is a problem. But he does kind of look like and act like a beta male. Now, we know this. We know the answer to this. But does Yah curse these two?
No, he actually blesses them. Oh yeah, it's more in Jasher.
Yeah, more in Jasher.
Jasher's
Okay.
actually a really good book. 'Cause
So
now-
they just wiped out thousands of men. The place was a bloodbath. Like this place,
Blood running out of the shoes.
yeah. The experience that we have is again with cows and with things that bleed, and they bleed a lot. When you kill a human, I don't know how many gallons of blood are in there, but there's a lot. They're going to bleed out, and so that entire city would have been a moppy red mess. You would have walked in there everywhere,
blood would be all over your feet. and
everywhere.
everything.
Like you would be. It would just be a mess, complete mess.
All right, so a couple things we don't get to hear in these stories between this chapter and the next chapter is that they went to war a lot. At first, they weren't going to go to war. All the kings were scared because they knew Yahuwah was with them, and they all went to war.
So before you go there, so right out of the gate, nothing happened, right?
Right. They were
Nothing
all-
happened. Like these guys, Yaakov thought these guys were all because they just wiped out an entire city. Two people, and this was like they heard of it, and the only people that ran away, like all ran to the other village, like these guys just came and they slaughtered, and it had to be something like warriors, like just swords and just something crazy.
Tales of the Nephilim or something.
Tales of the Flash Gordon with a sword, or something. I don't even know Flash with a sword. I mean, these guys went and they whooped the entire town. So nothing happened to them. Then what, Gabe?
Then
After
basically they're on their way, and they start getting they fight for like days on end against all these kings, all these Canaanites and the Perizzites. They all come up against these people.
But it came because of this. They were all coming to
because the
avenge
kings heard
this
it.
town.
Yeah, they all came in, and this is what Yaakov was afraid of. But it was like him, like 400 guys, I think, is what Yaakov had in total between him and his sons. And his sons were like warriors. They were taking
supernatural.
swords to the head, bleeding everywhere. But they kept fighting for like days on end until basically they finished off every single tribe and then went home to see Yitzhak.
But we don't know. This is something most people do not know. Is these sons of Yaakov were supernatural. Like these people were superheroes. In like they had Yah completely walking with them. And for those who fear the world, fear not the world, because Yah can embolden you and make you a lion when you absolutely need it. And their kids, I mean, they were able to like scream really loud.
Yeah.
Earthquakes would happen. They were able to just, when they scream, they were in Egypt, and one of them screams, and it kills all the babies, all the women that were having babies. They all died, and so there's
Naphtali was super fast as well. Like there was something about Naphtali where he could like run real fast.
yeah, and I mean
Judah could like jump up on walls and stuff. They could all like hit like
Yahuda
really high
and
walls.
somebody else, yeah, they were able to,
Dan and stuff. They could all like have like super jumping abilities.
strong, powerful killing machines. These guys were all like warriors of Yah, And so a lot of people have this escape. And, a lot of people, especially the Christians, are like, oh, if you live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. And, they're like, oh, it's all about peace, 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 peace. Rest assured that when Messiah Yahushua comes back, it has had nothing to do with peace. In fact, he's all about war. In fact, it's going to be the most violent war you've ever seen in this world. So this is why you want to be on the right side of not just history, but the right side of creation and the right side of the world. We don't want to be with the evil people. The evil people are their game is up. The game has been told. The story's been told. It's game over. We just have to live to that time. Yah wins. Okay, let's do another one. 35. What are we at? It's a Shabbat. 39 minutes into this. We got nothing but time. Anyone else? Any commands, Nicole? Anything at all? All right, let's do one more, and then we'll see where we're at. Verse 35. And Elohim said unto Yaakov, Arise, go up to Beth El, and dwell there, and make there an altar unto Elohim, that appeared unto you when you fled from the face of Esau your brother. Then Yaakov said unto his household, and to all that were with him, Put away the strange Elohai that are among you, and be clean, and change your garments. And let us arise and go up to Bet El, and I will make there an altar unto Elohim, who answered me in the day of my distress, and was with me in the way which I went. Okay, what does it mean? Why do they have strange Elohai? What is that?
Those the idols they stole from Laban's house.
Yeah, and other stuff. So this is a huge problem, not just back then, but it is today, is that we pick up strange idols. We pick up things that we will worship, and there's even them that were living with Yah at that point still had false idols and false gods. Jay, do you have something?
I almost feel like that could be a command to us because we are Jacob's household as well. Put away your idols away from you.
Ooh, that could be. Okay, let's and El Yaakov says, so then Yaakov said unto his household, so it's Yaakov that said this.
Yeah.
But not Yah. Anyone have some input on this? Put away the strange Elohai that are among you, and be clean, and change your garments.
This was, I think, more of a thing to his family because he knew that they are all sitting there packing around idols everywhere they were going.
But we wouldn't want idols either.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't. This would be the same stuff that came to us. I think Jade has a good point on this. Nicole, you got anything?
I'm reading one again.
All right, we're reading this back again. Then appeared unto you when you fled from the face of Esau your brother. Then Yaakov said, so this is what Elohim said to Yaakov. Arise, go up to Bethel and dwell there, and make an altar unto Elohim that appeared unto you. So we would not be making an altar to Elohim because we don't have specifics for it. We would end up with strange fire and probably toast. Although I think an altar would be a good thing to make. I just don't know what I'd ever put on it. Then Yaakov said unto his household and unto all that were with him, Put away the strange Elohai that are among you, and be clean, and change your garments. That's very interesting. I need some...
I don't think so. I think it's just he's telling them that because they're going to go build an altar to Yah.
Huh.
But I don't know.
And let us arise, go up to Bet El, and I will make there an altar unto Elohim, who answered me in the day of my distress, and was with me in the way which I went. Man, I don't know. It's just... I guess this is where we have to define the types of commandments, like if it's a direct commandment to us. I mean, I would like, this is the kind of information that I think that you guys would need, that you guys would want. Like if I died, I would want you guys to make sure you didn't have strange Elohim,
right,
like some kind of stuff.
And since we are the household of Yaakov Yisrael,
Yeah.
that could be for us as well.
And change your garments. Boy, I
Yeah,
don't know.
he said basically change your ways.
Is it better to have, I don't want to become the Jews, but at the same time, I think we're right here. Yaakov said unto his household. I mean, this is the same stuff. We are Yaakov's household. We are the people of Yah. So...
But it was Yaakov that said it and not Yah.
But Yaakov, that is true. Then Yaakov said unto his household, Make an altar and dwell there, and make there an altar unto Elohim that appeared unto you when you fled from face. And Yaakov said unto his household. So it is not, that is true. Yah's not saying this. I don't know, guys. We will probably discuss this further on as a family. And for you guys out there, family, that are listening to this, we very much value all of your guys' input, and we use every bit of your input to the next commandments or to revise the ones that we do. So I guess it's never done. That's a good eye, Jade. That's a really good eye. And that's obviously right? I mean, we should not have strange Elohim. do you have a little picture of Buddha? You got like something, and all of these things that you can get. I mean, you can go to like a garage sale and pick up like some sort of thing that was evil, like it has great evil. You can bring great evil into your house, and you guys shouldn't be doing that. So this is definitely very interesting. We will definitely discuss this afterwards because we don't have an answer for it now. So this is how our family figures things out. We don't know.
Maybe it'll be like in Exodus, where it's one of the
Maybe.
Ten Commandments.
Right,
I'm
right.
not sure.
Well, yeah, and
Idols before me.
yeah, that's true. That is very true. So, okay, so let's continue on. We will figure this out later. 3, and let us arise and go up to Bethel, and I will make there an altar unto Elohim, who answered me in the day of my distress, and was with me in the way which I went. And they gave unto El Yaakov all the strange Elohai which were in their hand, and all their earrings which were in their ears, and Yaakov hid them under the oak which was by Shechem. Okay, I got to stop this because I found this is very interesting, and this is a cool thing about reading this stuff all the time. Is you're always finding new stuff. Okay, so it says earrings. So earrings that were in their ears. Why do you suppose they took off their earrings?
Because jewelry was a Nephilim design. Jewelry was a thing created by the fallen that they were not. Humans were never supposed to like put all this makeup, put all this jewelry, put all this fashion on them. They were supposed to be normal humans and plain humans.
I'm telling you, all that stuff puts a spell on the man. So you can see the woman coming out with her dazzling stuff and her hair and duded up, and you're going to fall under a spell. And you're like, wow.
So in the Amplified Bible, it says, "Warn as charms against evil."
Warn as charms against evil. So that could very well be. It's not a command.
It's almost like they have the Chinese have like the waving cats and these things they dangle down for like 7 years of good luck or something.
Yeah, and so I don't necessarily know as if like earrings are evil, but I mean I would advise my wife not to wear them after reading things such as this, and they did come from the fallen. Okay, where are we at?
Wife hasn't worn for years.
Yeah, wife hasn't worn for many moons. No makeup, no earrings, nothing. Okay, 5.
Yes.
Okay, and 5. And they journeyed, and the terror of Elohim was upon the cities that were round about them. And they did not pursue after the sons of Yaakov. So Yaakov came to Luz, which is in the land of Canaan, that is Bet-El, he and all the people that were with him. And he built there an altar, and called the place El Bet-El, because there Elohim appeared unto him when he fled from the face of his brother. But Deborah, Rivka's nurse, died, and she was buried beneath Bet-El under the oak, and the name of it was called Alon Bakrath. And Elohim appeared unto El Yaakov again when he came out of Padam Aram, and blessed him. And Elohim said unto him, Your name is Yaakov. Your name shall not be called any more Yaakov, but Yashrael, because shall be your name. And he called his name Yashrael. So I slaughtered that when I was reading that. So your name shall not be called any more Yaakov, but Yashrael, because I did it again. But Yashrael shall be your name, and he called his name Yashrael. Sorry, guys, I try not to be illiterate. So here it is again. First we had a messenger that said this, and now we had the voice of Elohim or something that says, now your name is Yashrael. What is the significance of this, guys? What is this at all? Why does names get changed?
It's something that Yahuwah wants you to have.
How he wants him. So his dad had a name change, or his grandpa
from
had
Abram to Abraham.
Right, Abram to Abraham, and now we have Yaakov to Yashrael.
It's like a sign of a covenant or something like.
Right, and Yashrael is what? What does that mean?
I'm not sure what the meaning of it is.
Gotcha. He will rule as Elohim, or Prince of Elohim. The upright of Elohim, Yashrael, symbolical name of Yaakov, also of his posterity, the nation of the 12 tribes, the name of the kingdom of the 10 northern tribes after the split of the kingdom of Shalomah, the house of Yashrael, the indemnity of all believers in Mashiach. So you want to be Yashrael. That's who we want to. There's no religions. There's nowhere in there that says we should become a Baptist or a Mormon or whatever, Catholic. It doesn't say that. Those are all man-made doctrines of great evil, by the way. Where are we at, Nicole? 11. And Elohim said unto him, I am El Shaddai. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of you, and kings shall come out of your loins. So there's a commandment here. I am El Shaddai. Be fruitful and multiply.
So I think that goes under our be fruitful and multiply ones before like another verse of it.
Yeah, it's interesting. He reiterates those first two. I mean, the very first two commandments are be fruitful and multiply. So he's reiterating that.
He always wants us to have kids and not kill them.
Oh yeah, you don't Planned Parenthood. It's not the right way to go.
No,
Planned Parenthood is parenthood.
Did you
Not killing
Did you
your kids.
know who started Planned Parenthood?
was Bill Gates.
Bill Gates' parents.
Of course.
Bill Gates' dad. Yeah, so they were all in on that whole thing. Yeah, so just so you know.
Depopulation.
Yeah.
Well, 1135 needs to be added to verse 1 and 2, or to commandments 1 and 2.
So it's 35
I think
11.
like under it, like
Is what?
Needs to be under our commandments is.
Oh,
commandments
where?
1 and
Oh,
2,
okay.
Like you put the verses.
Oh, okay. That makes
That's
sense.
what I was saying.
All right, that's a good idea. So that is a good idea. So we're going to actually add this to a commandment because it is a commandment, but it's a commandment we already have.
So we just add that
And
verse under there.
we are going to go right here and do this. Boom. Whoops. And I just slaughtered it. Okay. And so it is be fruitful, multiply. Would it go under both of them? Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, get the little blue thing. Oh, you did it.
I did it. I did it again.
There should be like something up here where you can paste, right?
I done it.
But
Oh, it's over. Oh my goodness.
I'll
have to add it.
I'll add it on mine.
You'll add it on yours? Okay. So add it into where it is there. We'll just go back because Google Docs is just, for being the hand of Satan, you'd think they'd have better code than what they got.
Just not. Come on, guys. Infinite money here.
Yeah, infinite cash, man. At least you can get your coders some more
Pay
cash.
some developers, please.
Well, I know they pay their developers really well. I don't have answers to this.
Developers are underperforming.
Developers. Okay, where are we at? 12. And the land which I gave Abram and Yitzchak, to you I will give it, and to your seed after you will I give the land. And Elohim went up from him in the place where he talked with him. And Yaakov set up a pillar in the place where he talked with him, even a pillar of stone, and he poured a drink offering thereon, and he poured oil thereon. Why do you do that, guys? What would that be? Why would he be pouring stuff out? How would he know what to pour out? How would he know what to pour on this altar?
There was obviously commands back then, like of basic sacrifices.
Something of the sort.
I mean, Abraham knew to do sacrifices. No
Abraham.
one knew it.
Yeah, and when
The,
he said to offer his kid up on the thing,
Adam and Eve knew it.
Yeah.
Cain and Abel knew how to do it.
Yep.
And when Cain would refuse to do it,
He
that's
obviously
why.
gave them like some kind of rule set on what to do and what not to do.
Yep.
Make me some sacrifices. Okay.
Yep. Okay, and so poured there. 15. And Yaakov called the name of the place where Elohim spoke with him Bet-El. And they journeyed from Bet-El, and there was but a little way to come to Ephrath. And Rachel traveled, and she had hard labor. And it came to pass when she was in hard labor that the midwife said unto her, Fear not, you shall have this son also. And it came to pass as her soul was in departing, for she died, that she called his name Ben-Oni. But his father called him Ben-Yamin. And Rachel died, and was buried in the way to Ephrath, which is Bethlehem. And Yaakov set a pillar upon her grave, that is the pillar of Rachel's grave unto this day. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if it's still there. And Yashrael journeyed and spread his tent beyond Migdal Edar. And it came to pass when Yashrael dwelt in that land that Reuben went and laid with Bilhah, his father's concubine. And Yashrael heard it. Now the sons of Yaakov were 12. Okay, so how did this go down? Because we have extracurricular accounts of this whole situation. What happened?
Well,
Reuben was out.
Okay.
He did the same thing David did.
At the time, they were mourning over Rachel. Yaakov was spending more time with Bilhah because he missed Rachel, and that was Rachel's handmaid. Reuben was feeling bad for his mother because she wasn't getting as much love at the time, but then he saw Bilhah like bathing or something of the sort, kind of like King David, the whole King David thing, and basically decided he was going to lay with her, and then Bilhah's like, I'm unclean, this and this happened, and basically, have we gotten cursed yet? No.
No,
Okay,
but
so there were
it was a bathing issue. So it was a bathing issue, and
shower curtains.
yeah, shower curtains are important, and it's also you have to understand the limits of what is in your control, and how does a man control things like this?
Walk away, walk away,
look away. You see evil and you turn away.
Close your eyes.
And we've been doing this since you guys were little kids, when we actually used to watch TV, and there would be like an evil commercial come on with nudity of something. Every one of us look away. And when we see women that are scantily clothed, every one of us look away. There's no reason to stare upon the apparatus of a woman, and especially women that are like the women of the world. They're if you're not a Torah woman, dudes, there's no governor. There's no governor on any of this stuff. Even for men, you need to find a Torah-driven man, a Torah-driven woman, or you're going to run into issues for sure. All right, so let's continue on. The sons of Leah, Reuben, Yaakov's firstborn, and Shimeon, and Levi, and Yehuda, and Yissachar, and Zebulun. The sons of Rachel, Joseph and Benjamin. The sons of Bilhah, Rachel's handmaid, Dan and Naphtali. And the sons of Zilpah, Leah's handmaid, Gad and Asher. These are the sons of Yaakov, which were born to him in Paddan Aram. And Yaakov came unto El-Yichak his father, unto Mamre, unto Kirat Arba, which is Kevron, where Evram and Yichak sojourned. And the days of Yichak were 180 years. How old is that, folks?
180.
Yep. And Yichak gave up his ruach and died, and was gathered unto his people, being old and full of days. And his sons Esau and Yaakov buried him. All right, so here we are.
They're on better terms at that point.
Yeah, we're better terms. So we almost made an hour on this, and I think that's enough. Most people check out about 2 minutes into this thing, so it's mostly us sitting here chatting with ourselves, which is what we would probably do regardless.
If you're here, still let us know you're still here at the end of the hours.
Yeah, and much love, and those of you out there. As I've said before, you guys are our virtual family, and it's not even a virtual family because I believe one day we will all meet each other, we will all say hi, we will all high five, and I believe at some level there will be a large family, and the large family will be serving Yah, and they will be in sync with Yah, which is going to be good times, and I can't wait for the day that evil is expelled from this world. I'm really sick of the world and the state that it is in the state of despair we're in. Like, nothing is good. Nothing outside of the Torah is good, and it all leads to evil. And so, gentlemen, do you have anything else?
Have a good Shabbat.
Have a good Shabbat. Yep. And I think that is it. So,
and read your Bibles.
Much love from Boss Clan down south. Paws up. Big hugs, grizzly hugs, and we are out.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.